The boy slowly walks onto the massive stage, each step echoing through the silent hall. His feet are bare, the soles dusty, and his worn-out shirt hangs loosely around his small frame. The bright stage lights seem almost too big for him, swallowing his tiny silhouette as he approaches the center. The audience murmurs quietly, unsure of what to expect. Some tilt their heads with curiosity, others glance at the judges, wondering if this boy is in the right place. The judges exchange subtle looks, raised eyebrows, uncertain smiles, none of them prepared for what might come next. He stops at the microphone stand. His hands tremble so visibly that even the camera zooms in, capturing every nervous twitch. He grips the microphone as if it's the only thing keeping him from falling apart. His breathing is fast, almost shaky, and he avoids looking directly at the crowd, staring instead at the floor beneath him. One judge leans forward gently, softening her voice so she doesn't frighten him. "What will you sing, sweetheart?" she asks. The boy lifts his head slowly. His eyes glisten, not with tears, but with a mixture of fear and determination. His voice comes out barely above a whisper, fragile yet weighted with emotion. "Hotel California, for my mother." A ripple moves through the audience. Some gasp, some sit up straighter. The judges' expressions shift, from doubt to surprise, from surprise to something deeper. The hall, once filled with restless energy, becomes utterly still. Even the air seems to pause. The boy takes a tiny step back, closes his eyes, and inhales deeply. The entire audience holds its breath with him. In that moment, before a single note is sung, everyone feels it. This is not just another performance. This is a story waiting to be told. The guitar track begins, soft, familiar, and haunting. Its first notes echo through the hall like a gentle wind passing through an empty street. The boy stands still for a moment, shoulders rising and falling as he gathers the last bit of courage inside him. Then, slowly, he closes his eyes. It's as if the world around him disappears. The bright lights, the thousands of faces, even his own shaking hands, all fade away. There is only the music, and the memory of why he is here. He takes a breath. Then he sings the first line. The effect is immediate and shocking. The sound that pours from him is not the voice of a frightened child. It is raw, powerful, and aching with a depth no one expected. Every word trembles with emotion, carrying stories no child should have to live through. The judges freeze mid-gesture, completely caught off guard. One judge's pen drops from her hand. Another sits up straighter, eyes widening as if she's just witnessed something impossible. The audience leans forward instinctively, drawn in by the magnetism of his voice. A man in the front row blinks hard, trying to understand how such a small boy can hold such an enormous sound inside him. A woman places a hand over her mouth, visibly shaken. Then the camera cuts to the judges again. One judge whispers under his breath, barely audible, "Oh my God." He isn't reacting to a high note or technical skill. He is reacting to the truth in the boy's voice, the kind that hits you in the chest, that forces you to feel something you didn't expect to feel today. As the boy continues singing, eyes still closed, the atmosphere in the hall changes. No one moves. No one breathes too loudly. Everyone knows they are witnessing something extraordinary. Before he even reaches the final note, something incredible happens, something he doesn't expect, something he has never imagined. The crowd rises, not gradually, not politely, but all at once, like a wave lifting every person to their feet. Chairs scrape back, hands fly upward. Applause erupts so loudly it drowns out the music. The sound fills the entire hall, roaring, echoing, vibrating with emotion. Some people are shouting his name. Others are wiping tears, clapping through trembling hands. The boy opens his eyes slightly, startled by the sudden explosion of noise. He's still mid-line, still trying to hold the last notes, but his voice falters in confusion. He watches the audience standing, thousands of people cheering for him, and for a moment, he can't breathe. Then he looks toward the judges' table. They are up too. One judge is clapping loudly, her eyes shining. Another has tears running down his cheeks, unable to hide the emotion. A third judge presses a hand to her heart, shaking her head in disbelief as if she cannot fathom what just happened. The boy stands frozen on the stage, the final note evaporating as he completely forgets to sing it. His hands grip the microphone so tightly his knuckles turn white, as if letting go might make the moment disappear. His mind spins. He thinks he's done something wrong. He thinks this can't be real. Slowly, he whispers to himself, Did I mess up? His eyes search the audience desperately, looking for answers. The cheering only grows louder, thunderous, emotional, overwhelming. He takes a small step back, unsure whether he should smile, cry, or apologize. He doesn't know it yet. But this reaction isn't because he failed. It's because he just gave them something unforgettable. Before he even reaches the final note, something begins to shift in the hall. An energy, a tension, a feeling that something remarkable has just happened. The boy doesn't notice it at first. He is too focused, too locked into the emotion of the song, too lost in the story he's pouring out of himself. His eyes are half closed, his voice trembling with the weight of the last chorus. Then it happens. A single person in the audience rises to their feet. Then another. Then another. Within seconds, the entire hall stands, rows upon rows of people rising all at once, like a giant wave lifting from the ground. The applause begins softly, then swells into a thunderous roar that shakes the air. It's not a polite standing ovation. It's explosive, emotional, unstoppable. The boy's eyes open, startled. He falters mid-note. He doesn't understand. He turns his head slightly and sees the judges. They're standing too. One judge is clapping so hard her hands are red. Another has tears streaming down his face, wiping them away with a trembling hand. A third judge presses both palms together as if thanking him silently for the gift he just gave. But the boy doesn't see admiration. He sees shock, intensity, emotion he's never witnessed before. And instead of understanding it, fear climbs into his chest. He freezes. His breath catches. His fingers tighten around the microphone until it shakes. He looks from face to face, confused, overwhelmed, terrified. He thinks he messed up. Maybe he sang the wrong line. Maybe he hit a bad note. Maybe they're standing because the performance needs to stop. He swallows hard, voice barely a whisper meant only for himself. What did I do wrong? What he doesn't realize, what he cannot yet understand, is that he has done the exact opposite. He hasn't made a mistake. He has moved an entire hall to its feet. One of the judges slowly steps forward, as if her body is moving on its own. The applause is deafening, but somehow she doesn't hear any of it. Her eyes are locked on the boy, this trembling child standing alone in the center of a stage suddenly too big and too bright. Her voice shakes when she finally speaks, thick with emotion she can't hide. You didn't just sing, she says, breath catching in her throat. She takes another step, closer, as if she wants her words to reach his heart. You poured your whole life into that song. The boy's lips part slightly. He doesn't know how to respond. His chest rises and falls quickly, as though he can't get enough air. He still thinks this might be a dream, or a mistake. But then the judge reaches forward. Her hand comes down on the golden buzzer. A sound explodes through the hall, an iconic boom, and instantly the stage lights burst into warm gold. Confetti cannons fire from both sides, releasing thousands of shimmering flakes into the air. Gold rains down like sunlight in motion, swirling around the boy as if the universe itself is applauding him. He gasps. His knees give out. He collapses gently to the floor, covering his face with both hands. The tears come fast, raw, shaking, unstoppable. Not tears of fear, but of disbelief. Relief, gratitude, every emotion he has held inside for years pours out at once. The judges rush toward him. One kneels beside him, resting a hand on his back. Another pulls him into a tight embrace. The audience roars, cheering, crying, shouting his name, filling the hall with a love so powerful it seems to lift him off the ground. Under the falling gold, the boy cries freely. He came here with nothing. And now the world is standing for him.